Welcome to Chapter 4, guys, utilizing the Wealth Group community to find trades. In this chapter, we're going to go over the community basics. That is going to be the Discord, how to navigate it, what it looks like. We're going to go over the trades section for leverage. So we're going to go over where trades are actually given to you inside the Discord. We're going to look at the trades active section. So we're going to look at where all of the active trades as well as active limit orders that have not been filled yet are. And we're also going to do the same for the spot section. And then I'm going to show you how to open a leverage trade based off an example in the Discord, as well as open a spot trade off of an example in the Discord. When you first come in, there's going to be a ton of different channels, but they're all very neatly organized. First section you're going to see is introduction and roles. This is where you're going to understand where and how this Discord operates, the different channels. You can go to FAQ. It's going to teach you about the different traders. We have a very important section here called roles. Every trader that you want to follow, there will be a button here to get their role so that you can actually receive their updates in real time when they use their tag inside the Discord. We have recordings and streams for all of the live streams and all of the recordings available for you guys. We have discussions. This is going to be your general chats. This is, where people hang out, talk about all things crypto, order flow. We have chart ideas. So this is where all the traders inside the Discord are going to be sharing their charts, talking about their analysis, learning different strategies. We have Academy. So this is where you can come to learn. We have an education section. We have a recovery section, goals. We have beginner's help. So any issues or problems or things you want to learn about trading or don't understand as a beginner, this is where you can ask those questions. We have an entire section for on-chain trading, everything on-chain. This is where people are talking about all new projects. This is where we actually have two traders here who are actively posting trades and analysis. We have sports and entertainment, where we have active sports bets happening all the time, all things to do with sports. And then this is the main section here, trades and active, that I'm going to go over in this chapter with you guys. But this is where you guys are going to be able to see all of the trades come in inside of the Discord, inside of this section here. This is what they will look like. All of the trades will come in, be given to you with an entry, the actual coin itself, as well as a stop loss. They will also have a chart indicating to you what the trader is looking at, and each trade will come in like this here. You will click unlock content and it will give you exactly what I'm talking about. So next we have this section here, active futures. This is where you're going to find all leverage trades given by the traders. So inside of here, each trader will have their own section where you can reference all the trades that are currently running or the limit orders that they have set. And it's important to come into here, read this top section here, as it's going to teach you exactly all of the little nuances. For instance, SL stands for stop loss, the little things you need to know about this section. So as I said, inside of here, there'll be three sections for each trader. There's going to be running, valid for entry. Very simple, very straightforward. These are trades that are still valid for entry when they come back to the entry price. We have valid limits not yet filled. Again, self-explanatory. These are limit orders sitting at a specific price that have not filled yet. So you can set these limits to play them with the traders. And then we have invalid, running, and stops at entry. So these were trades that were once running but are no longer valid for entry because they've either taken profits or moved their stop loss to break even. So they're not valid for re-entry, but they are still running trades. So that's what this section looks like. And then we have active spot. Active spot's going to be the exact same thing, but it's just going to be for the spot trades. So that's this section here. We then also have active alerts. This is where you're going to receive alerts for everything in terms of moving stops to break even, taking profits, if a trade is stopped out, if a trade is closed in profits, any of these types of things, you're going to be alerted here. And this is where the roles that I spoke about at the start come in handy, and that's why you need them, is because when someone makes an update to their trade, you will receive a real-time alert and a notification here. And every alert you receive in here will also have a link back to the actual trade itself. We then have active questions. This is where you can ask all questions on active trades and limits. The next section we have is the challenges. So this is where traders run different challenges. For instance, 1K to 100K. We have Eli running that right now. This is where you can follow along and take a smaller portfolio like 1K to 100K by following exactly every trade he takes. We then have the corners. So this is where the top traders, the ones you see all over Twitter, the ones that you're probably in this Discord to follow, this is their corner. This is where they're posting trades analysis. This is where they're posting the updates to their trades. This is where they're posting ideas and market thoughts, all of those valuable things that you guys are here for. We then have Academy. So these are the traders below the corner who are working to get to that next level. Again, these are all absolute killers, giving their analysis, their trades, updates, things like that. And then you have talents. These are the newest up and comers within the Discord that we continually try to bring up, and they work their way into Academy. So you can also follow all of these guys as well. And then we have two different sections, which are kind of like educational specific sections. We have Pockys Den. Pocky is our #1 instructor inside of the group here, and he has taught multiple people how to be successful with his strategy. You can learn that here with one-on-one training by him. And then we have the breakout room. This is where two other traders who are inside of this Discord are going to teach you how to actually breakout trade. So back to the section that we're actually here for, the trades and active. Again, this is where the trades come in, and this is where you can see the trades. So now that you have a general understanding of how the Discord looks and where to go to find specific things, especially the trades in the active futures and active spot here, I'm going to show you how to take a trade that's given in here and how to take that over to your exchange that we set up in chapter 3 and actually take that trade. So I'm going to do that with futures, which is leverage, and then I'm also going to do that with spot. All right, guys, so let's start with a leverage trade here. So we're going to go to the active futures section, which I showed you a second ago. And this is going to give you all of the leverage trades available either by limits or open trades right now. So we're going to do a limit order, and I'm going to show you how to open this on your exchange. So we have here valid limits not yet filled. So these are limit orders that are not filled, and this is exactly what we want. We want to set a limit so that when price goes either higher or lower, we get filled on that. So Johnny has BTC limits, so Bitcoin limits at 82,245 all the way down to 81,732. So what we're going to want to do is copy and paste this here. So we want the exact same order that Johnny is placing. So we're going to come into here, and inside of your exchange, you'll see limit or market. So there's two different ways to enter trade. If I were to enter on market price, it's going to enter whatever the market price is currently at. So it'll just put me into the trade wherever it is. If I set a limit, it's going to set a limit either higher or lower or wherever you put it from where current price is trading. So I will show you. Johnny's number was 82,245. I'm going to put that in, and I'm just going to use, I have $100 in here just for example's sake, just to show you guys how to set limits and things like that. We are going to then open the limit, right? So we put the exact price that Johnny's looking at in here, and he has a DCA range. So he's also looking from 81,732. We're going to come in here and we're going to set our DCA, and you can see here that this is now two open orders. So when price trades back into this area, I will be filled into the order exactly with Johnny. When you have open orders, you can see them here. Every exchange will be slightly different, but this is the generalities, right? And it'll look different on your phone compared to your desktop, things like that. So now you can see my two open orders. They're right here. You could X them out to cancel them. When price comes here, I will be filled on these. Now, you also need to set the same stop loss as what Johnny has. And this is how you're going to be able to gauge the amount that you're risking on the trade. And again, chapter 2 will teach you all about this, and it is imperative that you understand what you're risking on the trade. So Johnny's stop loss, you can see here, SL stands for stop loss, 79,784. So this little area here is going to give you the ability to set a take profit or a stop loss level. So once your trade is filled, you need to have an invalidation. Because it's a limit order, say you're sleeping or something and your trade gets filled, you need to have a stop loss in place so that when price trades there, you are taken out of the trade because it is now invalidated. You cannot not have stop losses. So you can see here it says take profit stop loss. So I'm able to open this, and you can see here this is where I could set a take profit price, or this is a stop loss price. So I'm going to put in Johnny's stop loss, and I'm going to click confirm, and I'm going to do that on here as well. So I'm going to do that on both of my limit orders. So 79,784. So when I am filled on this trade, I have a stop loss in place. So it is important to set the limits the traders have, but also to set the stop losses. So this is how you set a limit order inside of a futures trade. Now, if price was already here and you were looking to actively just market enter into it, so we're going to just cancel those. Your limit orders are no longer there, and we're going to click market. Again, this is going to market enter into wherever the price is currently at. So I'm just going to go 1% here just so I can open this and show you guys. And if I click open, it's going to put me into the trade. Okay, so now here I'm able to see my realized P&L. The unrealized P&L is the trade moves up and down, but I am now in this trade because I market entered at the market price. So the two different types of trades are limit order and market. So now if I wanted to close this out or play this out and set, say, a take profit limit or a stop loss limit, which I'll show you now, let's just set, for example, say 84,500. Again, we can come here and we can go stop loss. Let's go 84,500. If I click that, I want to close 100% to be positioned if price trades here because that's my stop loss. Again, just example's sake to show you guys how to actually operate in the exchange. All right, now let's take a look at how to open a spot trade. Again, we're going to come into the active spot. Like I explained, this is futures, this is leverage, this is spot trades. So for this example, we're going to look at Mikhail's order on XSP at the limit 187. Again, this is a valid limit that is not filled. That means that this is a limit order waiting for price to arrive there. So XSP at 187. So this is how you change the different coin. We're going to look up SXP. You can open this chart here and it's going to be the exact same as you do on the leverage, except there is no leverage slider. Again, this is just spot and this is explained in chapter 3. When you buy an asset on spot, you own the asset. If it goes up 10%, your investment is up 10%. It goes down 10%, your investment's down 10%. So let's see how you would actually operate this. It's the exact same as I just showed you guys. You have limit orders or market. So you could market enter at any price that it's currently trading at, or you can set a limit, and that's what we're going to do right now. The limit is 0.187. You can take it from inside of Wealth Group here. You can put the price that you would like to purchase at 187, and you can, slide your thing. Again, I just have $100 in here just to show you guys for example's sake, and we can click buy SXP. You can see that the order has now been placed and is active here. When price trades down to that point, I will be filled on that order. You could market enter just like I showed you on futures, on leverage there. And so it is relatively the exact same. Now, again, I can set a take profit or a stop loss. Input his stop loss. So 0.1689. Could put that in and it'll show you exactly what is expected to be lost. And that is how you gauge your risk. And we put that in. So now if I am filled on that, I will also be stopped out at 1689. So price down here, if it reaches, I would be stopped out as the trade will be invalidated, and I will understand if I click here, how much I am actually going to lose on that trade. So this is chapter 4, guys. This is how to navigate the basics of the Wealth Group community. This is showing you where the trades are actually given in the community, where you can find the active futures, leverage trades, or the active spot trades, as well as how to take those trades, set limits for yourself inside of the exchange that you are trading on that I taught you in chapter 3, or market enter if it is a market order with your exchange as well. So this is going to show you exactly how to take the orders from Wealth Group, put them onto your exchange, and play the trades with the traders that you are in Wealth Group to follow.